everybody, and welcome into the Mountaineers Now postgame show. I'm Schuyler. Callihan. With me, as always, Eugene, Napoleon. West Virginia falls 48-31 to Kansas State, and this loss marks the third year in 4 seasons of Neal Brown where the team has finished the losing season. And with that, they will not be going bowling this year. So before we get to our thoughts on the game, just run over some stats. Garrett Green, 15-27, 204 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. Kind of an up and down day for him. Sam James, very efficient, 3 catches for 102 yards and 3 scores. And Jasir Cox, there you see at the bottom, very active defensively, 13 tackles, 1.5 tackles for loss. Defense didn't do a whole lot in this one except for the pick 6 by Malachi Ruffin. As for Kansas State, Will Howard, 19-27, 294 and 2 scores. Deuce Vaughn was one of our keys to the game to kind of limit him. They did do that, just 3 yards per carry, but they did get beat up in the air from Malik Knowles, who went for 111 yards on 6 catches. So, Gene, I know you didn't get to watch a whole lot of this game, but West Virginia falling 48-31. Just, I guess, in the grand scheme of things, what does this mean for Neal Brown? What does this mean for West Virginia, for the seniors? Just how heartbreaking is this for everyone involved?
Well, I'm going to tell you, it's rough. Obviously, you go into this thing, it's senior day. So you want to send them out the right way. You want to send them out with a victory. And unfortunately, it didn't pan out that way. I got a chance to watch a little bit of the game. Like I said, I was we were up in Connecticut, my wife and I, to pick up our grandson. And it was the same situation for our son. It was senior day for his seniors as well. Whenever you lose, especially when you lose in this fashion, it makes you think. You got to reflect on all of this. So I'm sure Neal Brown and that staff are going to reflect on this loss. I saw the pick 6. I saw the fact that we struggled quite a bit on defense. An up and down day, for Green. But let me tell you something, man. When you lose a game like this, it's reflection for everybody. Unfortunately, the seniors don't get a chance to go out with a victory. And you get kind of, the scoreboard indicates something totally different for you. So if I'm Neal Brown, to be honest with you, it's time to look in the mirror and figure, where do we go from here? And honestly, Schuyler, it's also time where you have to understand what's going to be in the best interest for this program and for this university moving forward. And that's hard. That's a hard question itself. It's even harder to answer that and walk in your own truth with that answer, because if this is not going and trending in the right direction the way that you thought it would, then it's time to make some hard decisions. We got one more game left. We're not going bowling. This is not the type of season that we wanted. It's not indicative of this program or the direction that we normally would be going in. With all of that being said, he has to come to grips with what is going to be in the best interest when this season is over. And I have to sit down with the AD and with the president and with my staff and see what's going to be the move forward. That's where I'm at with a loss like this, to be honest with you. And that's, I think, to a man, I think he will probably trend in the right mindset and think the same way. At least let us hope.
Yeah, and I don't know, like I said earlier this week, if Neal Brown can do anything at this point to save his job. Even beating Oklahoma State, you finished the year 5-7. But I will say this, I'm interested to see the level of effort next week, because there's nothing to play for, right? The only thing you're playing for is just to end the season on a win and really to kind of send the seniors out kind of in the right way. Again, you're not getting to a bowl game, but for them to not have anything to play for, whether it's postseason, or whatever, I'm interested to see how hard how hard they come out and play, how focused they are. Because if they come out and lay an absolute egg, then yeah, Neal Brown, not, again, like I said, I don't think he can do anything at this point anyways, but that's going to pretty much do it right there and there for him.
Right. Well, listen, I would hope at this particular point, you play for pride. You play for this, to be honest with you. As you see, I'm in Connecticut and you see what I'm wearing. So it doesn't matter where I go, the gold and blue travels with me. So I agree with you 100%. Next week will really be, that's going to tell you the telltale of where we are. If he can get these guys up one more time to play, and played for that flying WV on the helmet, played for the last name on the back of your jersey, played for the great state of West Virginia and the fans. Let's see if we can we could end this thing with a victory and play with a great deal of pride, because right now that's really all you have left.
That's right. And all we have left is one more walkthrough game day show and one more Mountaineers Now post-game show, thanks to this loss. But big action-packed week again coming up for us here on the site. Be sure to hit subscribe on YouTube at Mountaineers Now. Follow me on Twitter at Callihan_, Eugene at Napoleon_Eugene. Gene will be back on Tuesday for another episode of Relatively Sports. We'll break down West Virginia and Oklahoma State, the final game of the regular season, on Thursday for the walkthrough game day show. And also Thursday night, West Virginia tips off against Purdue at 10 o'clock at night. Yes, it's a late night tip, but we will have Mountaineers Now postgame show for that. And then as well, next Saturday to round out the football season against Oklahoma State. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys on Tuesday.